What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. We're gonna have a practice session today here on the green. I'm gonna show you guys how to read a putt. So most players think that their green reading sucks because they don't calculate the slope right, or they can't see which way the ball is gonna break. Most of the time this isn't true. So most people know which way the green is sloping. So it's pretty easy to tell. You're standing on a hill, you're kind of crooked, and you know the ball's gonna break that direction. But what most people don't know is their speed, or how to control that speed. So what happens is we get a putt, we hit it way too hard, and the putt doesn't break. Next time we get up to a putt, we see the break, we hit it way softer, and then it breaks a whole bunch. So this is what leads to inconsistency, and then we're playing this like ping pong game in our head saying, okay, I hit it too hard, okay, I hit it too soft, it broke too much, it didn't break enough, all this kind of stuff. So what most people don't realize is that this break of your putt, so the amount of curvature that your ball plays on the green is based on your speed. So I heard a long time ago watching an old VHS Ben Crenshaw video, and he said something that stuck with me forever, that the speed determines the line. So how hard you hit the putt determines how much break you're gonna see. If your speed is inconsistent, you're gonna see a bunch of different amounts of break, a bunch of putts that don't do what you think they're gonna do, because we're constantly playing this guessing game. So I'm gonna show you a few ways on how to work on your speed and then how to determine the break. All right, well, let's get to the green. We'll see you there. Okay, and here we are on the green. That's right, I'm laying down right here in front of the hole. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit some different speed putts, and you're gonna get to see how the putt breaks differently for each speed, showing you that if your speed is incorrect, you're gonna get a different breaking putt from the same exact spot. So here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna walk you through a couple of these putts here. First one's gonna be the soft putt. So not a ton of speed, ball starts to break relatively early, gonna break really hard away from the hole. You can see that again from this top view. Just gets to the break and then starts breaking pretty hard, definitely gonna be under the hole. Again, I hit the same line, a little harder, still breaking hard right, just underneath the hole, so it gets past this first ball now, and then it starts to take the break as the ball slows down. Third putt, I'm gonna hit too hard, and it's gonna go straight through, so it doesn't really even take the break at all. Here's a top view. Obviously a different putt here, taking this stroke, ball stays straight a lot longer, then starts to take the break.
All right, so now you can see your speed determines the line. I hit it on the same line, 3 different putts, 3 different speeds. All 3 balls did something a little bit different. One breaks really early, one kind of breaks a little later, the next one hardly breaks at all. So I'm gonna show you some ways to learn how to vary your speed. And we're gonna practice different length putts with the same type of stroke. This is gonna get your speed a lot more consistent, and then you're gonna start seeing the ball break the same amounts if the situation has a lot of break to it. If you're hitting the same type of speed, you're gonna see the ball break pretty consistent to what you're used to seeing. If you're on a slight break, again, if your speed is consistent, you're gonna see the ball break in a consistent manner. So let's practice our speed. And we're back. Behind me, I have some balls set up. It's kind of hard to see, but they got some tees on the ground here. Boom. Set up about roughly 5 feet apart. And then where I'm going to be hitting my putts from. So what you do is you're gonna take some swings, you're gonna putt to each tee, 3 balls. You're gonna try to get that ball to stay as close as you can to that tee. Taking the same stroke, and you can vary the length of the stroke, but we don't wanna be like jabbing the ball. This is what causes inconsistencies in our speed, and that's what changes the break of the putt. So if we jab the ball, might mishit it and it could hit really short, or we could catch it really good and it could just blast it, and then we won't see any break at all. So here's a little bird's eye view, excuse me, not bird's eye view, worm's eye view of what we're gonna be putting at. And you're gonna take strokes to the first tees, then you're gonna take strokes to the second tees, and then the third tees. And all this is working on is our speed. We just want to get the ball as close to those tees as we can and as tight of a grouping as we can. So if all 3 balls are resting next to each other at the end of our 3 putts, we did a pretty good job of keeping our speed. Even if the balls aren't necessarily at the tee, we want to get them close, but if all 3 balls are sitting pretty close to each other as far as distance goes, we did a pretty good job on regulating our speed. And this is what we want to get good at, learning how to regulate our speed. So I'm going to put you guys down at the end of the tees and you're going to see me kind of go through this practice. All right, here we go. So, not a bad grouping here. My putting speed has been okay, so I'm pretty close to this last tee. Balls are in a pretty tight group here, so speed's doing okay. Pretty easy drill to do. Just putting to tees, putting them out separate different distances, just practicing those putts over and over until you get the feel of how to adjust your speed. Adjusting your speed is pretty good. Obviously the green's gonna change. It's not always gonna be as tight. Some could be a little bit longer, some could be faster, shorter. So we gotta know how to vary our swing speed or vary our length of stroke to get different distances.
All right, here's another view of the same practice. I got my tees down. I'm gonna be taking short putts. Those are rolling out probably roughly about 5 feet, 3 to 5 feet. Next one's gonna be looking at that 10-foot range. Farther ones are gonna be at that like 15-foot range. So this is just to help get your speed down. And what you wanna do is you can vary the length of your backswing. So notice that my backswing is going a little farther back, but my acceleration is gonna be the same. This consistent acceleration is what's gonna give us consistent speed and consistent distance on our strokes. And this is what's gonna help us with green reading. If we have consistent speed, you're gonna see the ball take the hills like the same way. There's gonna be consistent movement there. Breaks won't be harder than others, and you'll be able to read the green a little bit better. So I hope this helps. Keep practicing. This is a great way to practice your speed.
So I hope this video helped. So get out on the practice screen, practice your speed, put down some tees, take some different length putts, and see if you can get the speed to even itself out. We don't want to be putting to a certain spot and have some putts falling way short, some putts going really far. Make sure that we're getting a good putt, we're setting it up, we're taking the same kind of stroke, and we're getting those distances to come out the same. If you can get consistent speed, you'll start to see consistent breaks, and then you'll be able to read greens. I'll have more practices coming up. Also, get on the putting green and practice. That's what it takes. And you'll definitely see those scores drop. We'll see you at the next practice. Bye.
Before we go, I just want to thank Callaway Golf for supplying me with all of my golfing equipment to do these videos. Also, if you'd like to follow me for more tips and tricks, hit me up on Instagram at ThatGolfSwing, or you can follow me on my YouTube channel, That Golf Life.